Hello everyone, I myself Mohan Kumarian, Assistant Professor, Computer Science Department, Srimati Shri OER JFGC, Pavagada. My today's topic is arrays in PHP. It's a continuation class. In this session, we are going to learn how to access and update the elements of associative array. Session outcome. At the end of this session, you would be able to access and update the elements of associative arrays. Associative array. In associative array, a non-numeric index is associated with a value. So in associative arrays, have strings as the keys and behave more like two column tables. The first column is a key which is used to access the value of an array. So in associative array, every value can be assigned with a user defined key of a string type, that is key value pairs. For example, if you wanted to store the salaries of an employee, you can use the employee name as a key and salaries as a value. Accessing associative array elements. There are mainly two ways to access associative array elements in PHP. They are by using dimensions or even index values, and by using looping constructs. So when we access array elements, associative array elements using dimensions, there we need to have the array name, that is your associative array name, followed by the dimension of the array within a square brackets. To access these array values, you can make the use of square brackets. As you go deep inside more levels of the array, the use of the set of square brackets will increase with each level. So in case of one-dimensional associative array, there it's enough to have one pair of square brackets with one dimension or one index value. If you want to access the element from two-dimensional associative array, there we require array name followed by two dimensions, that is the first dimension and a second dimension. Similarly, for three-dimensional associative arrays, to access any element, we need array name followed by three dimensions, that is dimension 1, dimension 2 and dimension 3, that has to be enclosed within a pair of square brackets. Even we can access the associative array elements by loops, that is elements can be accessed using for loops, and even the elements can be accessed using for each loop. Creating associative array. So we already know how to create an associative array. Here I have specified two methods. That is, first method is creating associative array using array construct. Within an array construct, within this parenthesis, there I have mentioned the key and value pairs. These key and value pairs are separated with a operator. In a second method, here I am going to create associative array by using assigning a values. So by assigning a values also, we can create associative arrays. Here we need to make sure that here the index of this array is non-numeric value, that is a string value. So there is another way also, that is by using your short array syntax. By using short array syntax also, we can create associative arrays. Accessing and updating the elements of associative array. So we can access associative arrays by their array name followed by the index, where the index is some non-numeric string value. So in this way we can access the elements of associative array. So to update the values in associative array, so we can assign to some new value. So here I am trying to assign a new value for this array whose key is Charlie. So So for this Charlie keys value, I am going to assign a new value, that is 1000. So in this way we can update the values of one-dimensional associative arrays. Traversing associative arrays. We can traverse associative arrays in a similar way we did in numerical arrays using loops. We can loop through the associative arrays in two ways, that is by using a for loop and by using for each loop. Looping through an array using for loop. So it is a simple example program by which you can understand how we can traverse through the array by using a for construct. So in first part of this program, here I have created one associative array by name salaries. So this salaries associative array has got 4 key value pairs, that is Bob, whose value is 2000, and Sally is a key whose value is 4000, Charlie is a key whose value is 600, Clara is a key whose value is 500. So in this way I have created an associative array by name salaries. So here I have used one function called array underscore key, for which I have supplied a array name, that is salaries name. This arrays underscore keys is a function which returns an array containing only keys of this salaries array. Now in this salaries arrays we have got 4 keys, that is Bob, Sally, Charlie and Clara, and this array underscore key function which returns an array with all the key values of a supplied array, that is salaries array. Now this key is an array which has got elements like Bob, Sally, Charlie and Clara. Here I have used one more function called count function. For this also I have supplied an array variable, that is salaries. So this count function will returns number of elements within that array. So here this salaries array has got 4 elements. Obviously this count function returns 4, that will be assigned to a variable round. By having these two variable values, we can by making use of for loop, we can traverse through the array. So in for loop it has got 3 parameters. First one is your initialization of counter, next is condition checking, and third parameter is for updating your counter. In the first iteration your I value will be 0. So here I am trying to print the first element in a key array. The first element in key array is Bob, because this is the first key, hence that is the first element in a keys array. So if key of I, that is key of 0, it gives you a Bob value. And again here I am trying to print the first value of salary array, that is salaries associative array. So key of I which gives Bob, which is the key of salaries array. Now salaries within a key, that is your salaries of Bob, which gives 2000. Like this we can iterate over all the elements of an array by using for loop. Looping through an array using for each loop. So here I am using for each loop. So whatever we have discussed in our earlier example, the same example can also be executed by using for each loop also. So here also in the first part of the program, here I have created one associative array by name salaries. It has got 4 elements. Now we know for each loop. Here I have given some array expression. In this for each loop, the current array element or current array element's key value will be assigned to key, and whose value will be assigned to key value. In this way also we can iterate over all the array element within a array. So here also we get the same output as in case of our previous example. So this is by using for each construct. Accessing multi-dimensional array elements. So creating multi-dimensional array. So here this is a marks is an array variable. By using array construct, here I am creating a two-dimensional array, two-dimensional associative array. So for this marks array, there will be three keys, that is Akhil, Malik and Vikas. There are three keys. They are associated to some values where the values are again another associative arrays. So in this subarray also, the subarray also an associative array. It has also got key and value pairs. So in this way we can create a multi-dimensional associative arrays. To access any element in this two-dimensional array, we can make use of the array name followed by dimensions. Hence it is a two-dimensional array. Here I am using 2 dimensions within a square brackets. So in this way we can access the any element of two-dimensional array, and even we can update by assigning a new value to that particular array element. So in this way we can access and update the values of multi-dimensional array. So this is the time to summarize what are the things we have learned in this session. In this session we learned about associative arrays and how to access and update elements in associative array, and we also learned about how to access and update multi-dimensional associative array. That's all for the session. Thank you.